Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Pick up your logo merchandise by heading over to abvnetwork.com, clicking on Shop, and start filling your basket today. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for something for yourself, a customized gift, or logoed items for your business gift shop, the Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. That's the number 2 in the Bar to Go. Don't forget our friends at Neely Family Distillery now ship their unique distilled spirits directly to you. To order yours, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to determine what in bourbon should be celebrated via Christmas ornament. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Cailee Baker, Katie Joyce, and Justine Mays.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hi.
Oh, so yes, December 2nd, we are in the holiday season right now. So we thought we'd have some fun and do a show, what we think is so iconic from the world of bourbon that it should be celebrated via a Christmas ornament. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, I wanted to throw this out to the group because even we've had a couple discussions on some other shows we recorded tonight. What should we do with our numbering? Should we just live with the system that we've always had in place? Or should we look at going back and trying to write the system? Here we are 5+ years into this, because when we started out, we thought, I don't know if we could commit to doing 7 shows a week, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. But we ultimately decided the way around that would be not to number the weekend shows. And that way, if we got overwhelmed, we could just stop doing weekend shows. And then, we don't have to worry about it. Then the show numbers match and we're good. But we decided, I don't know, maybe a year in that there's never a time when we couldn't do a show. We have so much activity that we want to do. So we're 7 days a week. Should we go back and fix the show numbers where we do 7 days instead of just Monday through Friday numbering them? What do we think?
I would say keep it like Whose Line Is It Anyway, where everything is made up and the points don't matter.
Uh-huh.
So, when I listen, I use the numbers just for like my reference of where I am, especially if I'm going back listening to some old ones. So it works for reference that way. But
okay.
Other than that, I would say the benefits you get from like renumbering them and having that consistency maybe added in isn't worth the effort, I would say.
Yeah.
I'd say it's good to go. Like
it would throw things off too, Katie, because we've done some different celebrations like show number 1000. Well, if we renumbered it, it would no longer be show number 1000. Our most popular show.
That's more of a negative than what the benefits you would get.
Yeah. We'll reel off. What's your most popular show ever? We'll listen to 529, or somebody's like, what's your show like? I'll be just listen to show 529. And then you'll get a feel for who we are. And that would be gone too. We would have to change that. That it wouldn't be 529. I don't know where 529 show would actually be. It might be 731 now. So it would be weird. So Katie, you're like, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with Katie on that.
Cailee, you're like that way too. Justine, what do you think? Should we go back and write this and just start with show number 1 and go all the way to show 1900 where we're at now? Or
no, I wouldn't go back and renumber. I mean, maybe going forward, count all of the shows like on the weekend, but going back, no, I don't see any benefit.
Okay. That brings up another way to fix this. Do we just start counting the weekends from this point forward? Beka, what do you think?
I don't think I'd change it because like you said, it could get confusing and like it already, I mean, if it's not fully broke, don't fix it, right?
Right.
So like partially broke. So it doesn't
you can
make
add some
sense.
duct tape, push on some way, let it go.
Yeah. The one negative thing, the only thing that I don't like about the current system, and maybe that's we use Justine's idea to remedy that. When we have guests on, and sometimes we have guests that are, if we get, a Royce Neely to come on, we're talking about his distillery, that's going to be Monday through Friday, and it'll be part of the regular shows. But sometimes we'll have someone on a Saturday or a Sunday. and they'll just see bonus show. It's listed as bonus show. They almost feel like they're being ripped off because it's like, what, my show number is a bonus show. Is this not part of your regular programming? So I have had a couple people ask that. So do we rectify this by doing what Justine said, start numbering the weekends, like from this point forward? What do we think about that?
If I got invited to a podcast and I saw that I was on a bonus show, bonus to me is a good thing, right? So like, you're on the bonus show, like you get the extra special. To me, I wouldn't be upset. I'd be like
this is even better.
Bonus show.
Yeah, this is a good thing.
In the intro, it's like show brought to you 7 days a week. So it's not like it's not like the weekends don't matter. Like we're saying, we're giving it to you 7 days a week. So if you're a bonus on the weekend, I feel like that might be a little special.
Okay. Now, we did have that transition time. We used to say Monday through Friday. Remember, Beka, when we changed it? That was tough to change because you're so used to saying, welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the show that's brought to you Monday through Friday.
Yes, I've been saying it like that forever. So,
right.
Yeah,
I think the other way flows as smoothly now as but for a while, it was tough. We kept screwing it up. But that's been when we just decided, you know what, we're doing this every day a week. We're not ever going to not do it on the weekend. So, yeah. Katie, I'll throw it back to you one last time. You said, keep it what it's at. Do you think we should number the weekends or just keep everything exactly the same? It sounds like the group's saying we should just keep everything the same. Do you think we should number weekends or not?
So
moving forward, of course.
How long is it that you've been doing the weekends now?
Since day one, actually, we always started out doing it. We just wanted the
just
wiggle
didn't know
room.
if you wanted to commit yet.
Yeah, we wanted the wiggle room to not do them if we thought that was going to be too much to do. So we thought it would be an easy out then.
I do see the benefits of having them numbered for weekends as well. Part of it, though, you almost have consistency with the weekends not being numbered.
Right.
And so as well, if someone is wanting to like commit to listening, but not everybody has time on the weekends maybe to listen. So they could focus just on the numbered ones, which is Monday through Friday. Oh man. Honestly, I'm torn.
It's a tough call, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm real torn. I don't.
Yeah, this is when you see what I have to deal with. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what you do. Just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, that's why. Let's just keep doing what we're doing then. At some point we may address it, but for right now, I say it's just based on our discussion today. We'll do what we're doing, and but we reserve the right to change it.
If you're going to change it and start doing the weekends, do it at a round number. So like it show 2000 or so, like something memorable that like, okay, well after benchmark blank, then you can change it. All right. That's my final answer.
There we go. There it is. All right. Well, that's going to be, we may or may not change. We'll see. But again, if we do, it'll be at a nice big benchmark number. So it should be fun. All right. For right now, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Cailee this time. Cailee, you've won 2 in a row. Can you make it 3? You're going to be kicking this one off. What do you got?
So I'm choosing another new-ish bottle, but this one's been opened. But this is a Peerless Double Oaked. I found it last week at my grocery store. Cheers to allocation season. I was very excited to find it.
They had the double oaked. Okay.
Yeah. In a big bottle now.
Wow.
All right. Here we go. Hold on.
Okay. Once again, a solid effort that's going to be tough to beat. We'll see. Justine, you're next. What do you got?
I'm not following that. And I have some Old Forester rye that's screw top.
Screw top. Okay. Well, I love that Old Forester rye. We probably somebody should have said that on their bar cart. That's a bar cart one. That thing costs $20 in St. Louis. $20.
Said that.
Yeah. Oh, you did say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. We don't have to correct that show then. That's in there. All right. Beka, how about you? What are you drinking there tonight?
I'm still just gonna be drinking my margarita.
Margarita. All right. Katie, how about you?
I have some Tomstown Distilling Company bourbon, I believe.
Oh, you'll have to tell me how that is. I've been avoiding those. I didn't know if I should pick it up or not, but
so
I'm somewhat interested, but not willing to commit just yet.
Same. So I have a friend. It's so pretty. This bottle, like it is freaking gorgeous.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Holy crap.
Which is kind of why I decided to commit to buying it. But so I have a friend. What'd you say?
Where's it from?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City. Okay.
And so I have Missouri side. So I have a friend that's I'm still trying to cut the paper label with my finger, which is why I'm delaying. Okay. So she's a big fan of their barrel-aged gin. And so that's when I have not seen it much really here in the St. Louis area, but I was in Kansas City last weekend and saw it. And I had quite the haul at the store I was at. So I picked this up, but I have the label open now so we can go.
Okay. Okay. It was very good. Again, a slosh factor there though. So
I feel like that's user error though. The bottle should not be blamed for my poor form.
Well, ultimately, we got to live with it. I would say that Cailee still has the lead. Cailee still is. So I'm between Cailee and victory. She could go 3 for 3. We'll see though. I'm coming at her. I've got the Van Scoik vows. So this is from Still 630. Our buddy Evan Van Scoik is getting married, and Still 630 did a special bottling. They bought a barrel, and it just looks like a regular product you'd see on the shelf. They did the same label design that they normally do, so it's really cool. They're going to be giving this out to attendees of their wedding. They did a little special thing beforehand, and they gave it out to attendees of that. I went to they did one of those bottle bearing ceremonies that are popular these days. And then you so it doesn't rain on your wedding date, you bury a bottle, and I don't know the full details of that, but anybody who attended that got one of the bottles. So I've got one already, and hopefully I'll get another when I go to the wedding. So here we go. Wow, that was as cute as can be.
That was so cute.
It was a baby.
If it was the cutest cork pop, I definitely win.
That was for sure the winner.
There's no doubt that if the category was cutest, that was darling. But
a Smurf cork pop.
Yeah, it was. That being said, we do it's traditionally the loudest, the best. So, Cailee, you're 3 for 3.
I got to take the dissenting opinion on this one. That cute pop.
That was like the baby Yoda of cork pop.
It was adorable. Yes.
Yeah. Cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Ding. Cheers.
Woo. Cheers.
All right. Very good, by the way. This is made with oatmeal as one of the grains, which I always like the oatmeal when it's in one of the grains. Very good stuff. Very good.
Interesting.
All right. What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to have some fun because we're going to do a bracket challenge that's around what we should, maybe celebrate via Christmas ornament. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and I'm excited to announce a brand new partnership with Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Many of you have perhaps heard of Leatherwood via our co-host on the Bourbon Daily, Cailee Baker, who works there. Well, they're now an official sponsor of the network, and we look forward to everyone getting to know a little bit more about them. Company founder Andrew Lang brought his brewing and distilling hobby with him during his years of service as a Green Beret in the United States Army. Whether he was at his home base of Fort Campbell or during tours of duty in places like Italy or Afghanistan, Lang distilled whatever was available to him locally. We are excited about getting to know Andrew Lang and his team better via our programming and are planning a trip down there for the ABV Network crew very soon. In the meantime, check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com, where they will ship bottles directly to you, including their special Remembering 9/11 series, which is raising money for military charities. Seriously, get out there, buy some bottles, help a good cause, and let us know what you think. We're really excited about this partnership. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and let's talk for a moment about our sponsors, the people that make this show happen. First up is our friends at Moonshine University. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at their office in Louisville. The information I learned through lead instructor Colin Blake and their team there is something that I continue to draw upon frequently in my role at the ABV Network. It truly is the standard of establishing a benchmark of knowledge of the bourbon industry. From history to production to brands and people, it's all there. Check out their full listing of programs, including Executive Bourbon Steward Certification, production classes if you're considering starting a distillery, and much more at moonshineuniversity.com. I also want to talk about Neely Family Distillery. Back in May of 2018, I met Royce Neely at Limestone Branch's Craft Bourbon Festival. It ended up not only being the start of a great friendship, I started to truly learn about what makes craft whiskey so amazing. You see, I had been a bourbon drinker for over 30 years at that point, and like many people who had been drinking bourbon a long time, I was hard-coded into thinking big bourbon was where it was at and craft was on a journey to get there. Spending time with Royce and learning the things he does to make his whiskey taste better started to really get me to appreciate how things like sweet mashing, open top fermentation, pot distillation, and the grains you are using not only makes your product taste better coming off the still, but also out of the barrel as well. I still love heritage brands and they make up a bulk of my collection. But when you find a craft distiller that is truly dedicated to the craft of distilling, you are drinking some of the best whiskey out there on the market today. That's exactly what's happening at Neely Family Distillery today. Check them out on the web at neelyfamilydistillery.com, or better yet, stop by and see them at their distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. And now, back to the show.
Hello, this is Danny Kennard, and I'm recording on the ABV network.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're going to find out what should be celebrated with a Christmas ornament.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So the challengers are as follows. The Booker No statue. Well, I'd put that on my tree. Old Brownie, which is the gun that is, of course, featured at Neely Family Distillery if you go there. And, of course, it's on the still as well. Even the still is named after that. But we're looking at the gun itself, not the still. So, this would be a little gun, ornament on your tree. Castle and Key Distillery. Again, it looks like a castle. Pretty cool. Bronner's Liver. So Jason Bronner, our buddy, have a Christmas ornament of his liver, which is that should be in the Bourbon Show, our Bourbon Hall of Fame for sure by itself. Wes Henderson's hair, Angel's Envy guy, boy, he's got some good hair, so that's a possibility. Jimmy Russell's red truck. He famously has driven a red truck since the 80s. And, it's one of those things, if you see it at the distillery, you get all excited. It's like, is Jimmy inside there? Can I get his autograph? So that's a really cool thing. Steve Beam's mustache. Of course, he's got an iconic mustache. That's a possibility. And then last but not least, Mike Veach's pipe. And again, we're talking about a smoking item here, not anything to do with his wiener. So,
God, Steve.
I don't want people to turn this into something it's not. It is about...
You turned it into something it's not. You did that, Steve.
Dave Ewald's would. I'm just trying to stop Dave Ewald's from going where he wants to go with this. It is he smokes a pipe. So and he has a lot of pictures with it. I just wanted to make sure we didn't go the wrong direction with it.
I will admit my brain went there before.
Thank you, Katie, for being honest. Katie, thank you for being honest. Thank you. That's why we had the disclaimer. Katie's also a lawyer. She's into knows disclaimers. It's a good idea to
disclaimers.
It's a good idea to have a disclaimer, right, Katie?
That's correct.
Thank you. All right. Our matchups are going to look like this. Mike Veach's pipe. Again, I'm not going to put the disclaimer every time, but you should know by this point. It's going to take on Bronner's liver. And then we've got the Booker No statue will be taking on Jimmy Russell's red truck. Steve Beam's mustache versus Castle and Key, the distillery, the castle itself. Wes Henderson's hair taking on Old Brownie. By the way, I would love every of these items to be a Christmas ornament. I would buy them.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I'd be totally into this. All right.
I think every distillery associated with the item should have that in their gift shop come this Christmas season.
We will buy them. Do this and we will
Let's do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So Mike Veach's pipe takes on Bronner's liver. Round number 1. Cailee, you're first. What do you think should is better out of those two?
I'm going to go with Mike Veach's pipe. It is his smoking pipe for tobacco.
Yes. He has an account where he does like shadow picks, and every one of his shadow picks has the pipe in it. You see like him in silhouette, and he's got the pipe in there. It's cool. It's definitely part of his personal branding. Katie, you're next. Mike Veach's pipe versus Bronner's liver.
Well, I want to say first that I'm extra excited that I'm on this episode. I'm a big fan of Christmas ornaments. Like that's my thing I collect, like whenever I go somewhere for vacation so I get them everywhere I can. And then also earlier today, I was on the ABV network shop and I was ordering a hat for my boyfriend. I was scrolling and I ordered my 2021 Christmas ornament.
Oh, nice.
It was just, worked out so perfect. But that all being said, I am voting on the smoking pipe.
The smoking pipe. That means the pipe is up 2-0 over Bronner's liver. Next up is Justine. What do you think? The smoking pipe or Bronner's liver?
I mean,
It's pretty funny, either one, actually.
I feel like there's not really a whole lot left of Bronner's liver.
It's just a
cute.
little tiny little ornament.
Like a really tiny Christmas ornament.
He's definitely got everything he can out of that thing. I'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the pipe for smoking tobacco as well.
Mike Veach's pipe moves on. They were making fun of me when we first said that, but now everyone's quick to announce that the smoking pipe. So now they're doing the disclaimer. All right, round number 2. Katie, you're going to be first here. Booker No Statue versus Jimmy Russell's Red Truck. This is two icons of the industry here. What do you think? Would you like to see more on your tree? Again, as someone who collects Christmas ornaments, the statue or the red truck?
So I'm a little so my first indication was the truck, but especially because a red truck already works with Christmas stuff. Like I have quite a few things that are Christmas themed that are the red truck with like the Christmas tree in the back, etc. But then part of it means like, does that mean it's not special enough? Like, does it fit in too well? Would they could be just like forgotten amongst the other Christmas ornaments? I feel like the Booker No Statue would definitely be a standalone piece.
Oh yeah.
We could even like make it sparkly maybe, so like reflects off the lights that glitterify it here. God, I'm torn. Okay, but it's a toss up. I'm just gonna vote red truck.
Red truck. That means red truck goes up 1-0. Justine, what do you think? The Booker No Statue or Jimmy's red truck?
So yeah, that is super difficult decision to make. And I think initially when I thought of it, I thought, oh, red truck, Christmas. But then after Katie said, like, she already has like red trucks on her tree and stuff. And then it's just kind of like, well, crap. Now I don't know. But I mean, I do love Booker. So I love Jimmy Russell. But I'm going to go with the Booker No Statue.
That means it's tied up. The Booker No Statue and the red truck both have 1 vote. Round number 2. Next up is Miss Beka Sue.
I'm gonna go with the Booker No Statue.
Booker No Statue. This is tough for me. Gosh, I love both of these. I feel like, and what they need to do is, if you've seen Jimmy's truck, it's not perfect. There's oxidization on some of it. There's some dents and scratches. I think it should have all of that. It shouldn't be just like a generic red truck like it is. It should have the look of Jimmy's true red truck. And if it's got that, I would say it's personal enough that it really tells a story. And so I'm going to go the red truck, meaning it's tied up. So that means it goes to you, Cailee. You're going to be the tiebreaker here. The Booker No Statue or Jimmy's red truck?
I'm going to go with a little bit of like research-based knowledge. Just by Google, because I've met Jimmy Russell there. I didn't notice that there was a red truck outside. Didn't know anything about the red truck until I got the episode notes. And if you look up Jimmy Russell Wild Turkey red truck, there's no pictures of the truck. Like I can't find a picture of the truck, but you can find a picture of Booker No Statue right away. And that is iconic, I think, in the bourbon industry. It's a perfect example of what you want to do while you're drinking bourbon. Just sit back and relax and
makes sense
there in the moment. Yeah. So
I can support that logic. That was good logic. Yeah. I liked it.
So I go with Booker No Statue for sure.
Booker No Statue moves on. All right. Next up in round number 3, Steve Beam's Mustache versus Castle and Key. Justine, you are first. Steve Beam's Mustache or Castle and Key? Again, with Castle and Key, we're talking about just kind of the entire distillery because it looks like a castle. You would have a castle ornament versus Steve Beam's Mustache, which would be literally looks like Steve Beam's mustache. It's iconic. You got to give him credit. That mustache is iconic.
Was I muted? Did you just hear what I said?
No, you were muted.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like Steve Beam's mustache, so I'm going to go with that.
That means Steve Beam's Mustache goes up 1-0. Round number 3, Miss Beka Sue, you're next.
I'm going to go with Steve Beam's Mustache as well.
Steve Beam's Mustache. Castle and Key, iconic, goes all the way back to Colonel E.H. Taylor. It's not as iconic as that mustache, though. Well, I've got to go Steve Beam's mustache, and it means it moves on. I don't know if he's like this. Does he think this is a compliment or not? I don't know. I'm not sure. I hope he likes it.
All I know is I do want a Castle and Key ornament because I have the decanter from Castle and Key. So
that's from the 60s. Sure. That decanter's from the 60s. Yeah. All right, Wes Henderson's hair versus Old Brownie. Wes Henderson's hair versus Old Brownie. Round number 4. Miss Beka Sue, you're first. What would you rather see adorn your tree? Wes Henderson's hair, very helmet-like. I mean, it's solid. Yeah, he'll have that hair. If he lives to be 100, if he lives 100 more years, he's still going to have a good head of hair. Versus Old Brownie.
That is true, but I think Old Brownie, our copper pot still is going to look a whole lot better hanging from the tree.
This is just the gun. This is the gun.
Oh, the gun. The gun's. Oh, okay. The gun is going to still look cooler.
Even better. Yeah.
Okay. The gun. Yeah. I'm going to agree. I like the idea of a gun ornament on there. People are like, what is that? I'll be like, oh no, this is really cool. It ties to Neely Family Distillery. There's a whole story there. It involves a 14-year-old kid avenging the murder of his father. So yeah, and there's a whole story that ties into Neely family history. I think it would be cool. I would like to have Old Brownie on the tree, so I'll vote for that as well. It's up 2-0. Kaylee, what do you think? Wes Henderson's hair or Old Brownie?
So I will say I also looked up this. I've seen Old Brownie and the still and all that. I know the story and stuff. I look up Wes Henderson's hair, unless you put Angel's Envy in cohorts with the search of Wes Henderson's hair, you won't find a picture of it. He's like maybe 10th picture down. So you can't find a picture of Old Brownie anywhere, but I know the story and I know how badass it is. So I'm gonna go with Old Brownie as well. And I want that ornament, Beka. You make that happen.
Old Brownie. Wes Henderson's hair should be its own thing too. That should be its own website and stuff. So, all right, our final 4 looks like this: Mike Veach's pipe versus the Booker No statue. Then Steve Beam's mustache takes on Old Brownie. Round number 5. I'm first. Mike Veach's pipe versus the Booker No statue. Again, Mike Veach, a bourbon historian, certainly into bourbon history, but Booker No is bourbon history himself. I got to say that Booker No statue with the little dog on there, Dot the dog. It's just really cool. This interesting thing of this big, huge man, Booker No, has like the world's smallest dog that, that's his favorite dog of all time. I think it's cool. And I'm going to go Booker No statue, meaning it goes up 1-0. Kaylee, you're up next. Booker No statue or Mike Veach's pipe?
Booker No statue, 100%. I want that ornament too. I'm going to have like a complete bourbon Christmas tree.
I know. And I want a bourbon themed tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Katie, you're next. Booker No statue or Mike Veach's pipe?
I agree. Booker No statue. Like that, it would be an awesome ornament.
Booker No statue moves on. All right. Round number 6. Pits Steve Beam's mustache versus Old Brownie. Round number 6. Kaylee, you're first.
I love Steve. He's cool. I've met him a couple times. And his mustache is definitely glorious. No taking away from that.
It's fantastic.
But that Old Brownie story, I mean, it just takes you when you hear it, and seeing the still too is pretty incredible. Yeah. So we'll go
Still's
with
named after it, which is kind of cool. So round number 6, Katie, you're next. Steve Beam's mustache or Old Brownie? Old Brownie's up 1-0.
So do we know what the mustache ornament would be made of? Like, is it a wood cutout? Is it 3D of some sort?
It is actual real human hair on it.
Is it going to have his face and then the mustache is like real hair on it? Like,
right. Or is we take like the fake Christmas, like pine needles and make it out of that? Like,
right.
I would say that it is some sort of thing that you can move. It's a push broom mustache. That's the style is called push broom with his, and it is white. Of course, his mustache is white, and I would say it has to be something that has some texture to it.
So made out of tinsel.
Maybe something like that. Yeah, where it slightly dances on the tree just a little bit.
I'm imagining Old Brownie though being made like a die cast like metal actual like replica of it, which I think could have like a nice like ribbon around it. I'm going with Old Brownie gun. I think that's what I want on my tree.
Okay, the Old Brownie gun goes up 2-0. Next up is Justine. What do you think, Old Brownie or Steve Beam's mustache?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Old Brownie.
That means Old Brownie will move on to the finale. Our finale looks like this: the Book or No statue versus the versus Old Brownie. Which do we think should be a Christmas ornament? Round number 7. Katie, you are first.
Man, I feel like we've done well because this is an excellent matchup for the final. Because the answer is I definitely want both of them, but right. I mean, that's not how we play the game. We have to choose here. My issue with the Book or No statue is I'm imagining it is very heavy. And that it would be difficult to hang from the tree. I feel like it's gonna be one of those annoying ornaments.
You got to get more towards the center of the tree.
Right. Or you
gotta like
somehow get like
at the back of the branch.
So because I'm imagining that it's going to frustrate me and bend the branches down, I'm going with the Old Brownie again.
Old Brownie. Okay, that means Old Brownie goes up 1-0. Justine, what do you think? Book or No statue or Old Brownie?
Going off that, I feel like the Book or No statue should be more of like a snow globe or something that you set on the mantle.
Yeah.
Or
more of a mantle item.
Or maybe like the little hooks that you hang stockings from.
Yeah, that's a good one
in front of the fireplace. In front of the fireplace.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Old Brownie.
That means Old Brownie is up 2-0. Now it goes to Beka Sue. Miss Beka Sue, what do you think?
I wonder what she's gonna choose.
Yeah, well, this is interesting. She could end this thing right now for Old Brownie, or she can give Book or No statue life in this game.
We're just gonna do a little clean sweep on this and just go with Old Brownie.
Old Brownie, there you go.
What?
There you go.
I know, it's surprising. I know.
I feel like
I'm shocked.
Old Brownie wins. And I do feel like everything should be true to Old Brownie other than two things. I think one side of the barrel of the gun should say Neely Family Distillery, and then the other side it should say Old Brownie. It should, obviously the gun itself wasn't designed.
Great idea.
So that was the nickname given to it by Royce's great grandfather, and that's the name that should be on there. It should say Old Brownie because that's the name of he gave.
Right. So when is that going to be on the ABV Network shop?
When can we get that? Yes. When can we order that, Beka? I don't even know where to go. So say you come up with this idea. Where do you go? I don't know.
I know a guy. You let me know. I'll get you.
Okay.
You have someone who can do Christmas ornaments? All right.
I know a guy that can do everything. Don't worry about it.
Maybe
I'm like
we'll,
the mob.
All right, we'll get into this first. We'll get there before Neely. We'll do the old. Just think if we start selling Old Brownie ornaments, how quick do I get a cease and desist from Royce? One of my best friends in the business. All of a sudden, I'm like, open up the mail. Like, you're selling Old Brownie? I don't think so, my friend. I'll be like, well, you weren't.
Depends on who gets it first, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Let's go.
You might be all set. You don't know.
Yeah.
I think
it'll be okay. Just give them some of the profits from it. It'll be okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
all that really
was fine. If I cut Neely and Peppa's fine, like he was with the book situation the other day.
Put it toward his sponsor's shop. His sponsor spot, not shop.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll wrap this thing up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Cailee, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at The Bourbon Bakers, and come see me at Leatherwood Distillery sometime.
Okay. Katie.
You can find me over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
All right. Justine.
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze. You can find our shop at abvnetwork.com and on Instagram at abvnetworkshop.
All right, Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Look for that Old Brownie Christmas ornament coming soon. I don't actually think so. Hopefully it's at Neely, though. I'd love to buy one. I'll be a customer if that is something you put in there. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's chat for a moment about Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you just want to experiment on a small scale on the stove in your kitchen or try your hand at a bigger setup in the backyard, Moonshine Still Pro can help. They have different still offerings as well as accessories and even grains from Goldstone Mill to help you make whiskey on par with what you get from your favorite distillery. They can even assist with a DIY still project by supplying some of the parts you can't make yourself. Check them out at moonshinestillpro.com. At the ABV Network, we're lucky enough to have some great friends. Amongst those friends is the Goldstein family, owners of Goldstone Mill. Goldstone Mill is a full-service mill offering a variety of heritage and heirloom grains. Their unique approach of working with mills around the country allows them to offer you affordable shipping opportunities to meet the unique needs of your distillery or brewery. They will consult with you to ensure the grains you are selecting meets the unique flavor profiles you are looking for. If you are a home brewer or distiller and you're looking for the grains that your local distillery or brewery uses, Goldstone Mill is the place to look. Check them out on the web at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or shoot them an email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.